In the 8th century, while Europe was drowning in the darkness of the Middle Ages, the Islamic world stood at the peak of civilization. Not only in science or literature, but also in state defense and strategic intelligence. One of the most secretive and advanced systems ever built by any civilization was born in the heart of the Abbasid Caliphate. A shadowy intelligence network, arguably the world's first structured intelligence agency. Behind the grand walls of the Baghdad palace operated unseen agents, secretive scribes, and information gatherers from every corner of the Islamic world. They were known by many names: Al-Razid, Al-Jasus, and Sahib al-Kabar. Their mission was clear: to protect the caliphate from hidden enemies, from internal rebellions to political intrigues across provinces. But what exactly made this system so unique? How did it operate in an era without satellites, without the internet, and without a single electronic device? The structure and operation of the Abbasid spy network. The Abbasid intelligence wasn't a mere collection of spies. It was a well-organized system with a defined hierarchy and clean communication routes, centuries before the West even coined the word intelligence. At its core was the Diwan al-Razid, a central bureau directly overseen by the Caliph himself. Every major territory under Abbasid rule had secret agents, tasked to be the Caliph's eyes and ears. They monitored governors, generals, scholars, and even top state officials who might pose a threat to the Caliphate's sovereignty. These agents disguised themselves as merchants, pilgrims, or students. They infiltrated markets, mosques, and even secret gatherings of rebellious groups. Their reports weren't sent through regular letters, but through encrypted messages, using invisible ink, coded symbols, and trusted couriers who reported directly to the Caliph. In many cases, agents were assigned to monitor other agents, a built-in check and balance system designed to minimize betrayal from within. Even more intriguing, most of these agents did not know each other. Each had a different mission, target, and operational area. Yet, at the highest level, their data was thoroughly recorded: names, locations, tasks, and mission status. They operated solely on direct orders from the Caliph or his appointed delegates. And all of this was orchestrated for a single critical purpose: to preserve the stability and sovereignty of the Abbasid Caliphate. Covert operations that changed history. Behind every major crisis in the Caliphate, there was the silent hand of Abbasid intelligence at work. In 765 AD, a massive coup plot by an extremist Shiite group had nearly infiltrated the inner circle of the Abbasid dynasty. But before the plan could ignite, a cloaked courier arrived at the palace, carrying a secret report containing names, meeting locations, and communication codes. Within 48 hours, over 70 conspirators were captured, without a single sword drawn. The Caliph survived, and the people never knew what really happened. This isn't fiction, it's part of history. The Abbasid intelligence neutralized a full-scale coup, quietly, strategically. During Caliph al-Ma'mun's reign, when the Buyid Persians tried infiltrating via scholars and philosophers, agents posing as academics monitored suspicious movements in madrasas and Bayt al-Hikmah. When the Fatimids launched a secret propaganda network in Egypt, Abbasid agents disguised as spice traders infiltrated Alexandria's ports, markets, and mosques, exposing troop mobilization plans before they reached their targets. Intelligence was never just about defense, it was the ultimate political weapon. It shaped destinies. It crowned rulers and erased traitors. It whispered in the ears of caliphs, deciding who would rise to power and who would be silenced forever. It didn't march on battlefields, it moved through shadows, striking without a sound. This was a war without swords, a game of silence and secrets. And for over 2 centuries, the Abbasid Caliphate didn't just survive it, they mastered it. While others ruled with armies, they ruled with information. While others fought visible enemies, they dismantled threats before they were even seen. In the chessboard of empires, the Abbasids played 10 moves ahead. Because in their world, intelligence was not support, it was supremacy, legacy, and global influence. The Abbasid intelligence system didn't just survive history, it shaped it. Its influence quietly echoes in global security systems today. When the Ottoman Caliphate rose as a world power, it inherited many Abbasid structures, including the concept of secret preachers who monitored mosque sermons, and sealed letters readable only by oath-bound officers. In Delhi, Muslim sultans built local Barid divisions, not just for delivering messages, but for monitoring governors and even royal families. In Europe, 12th century Latin chronicles mentioned the Arab postal system, so efficient that it sparked fear among European kings about an invisible enemy who knew everything. Even the Templar Knights, elite crusader forces, reportedly copied Abbasid-style espionage, dressing spies as travelers or spice merchants. Today, the ghost of Abbasid intelligence still lingers in the very veins of modern spycraft. From covert operations and deep cover infiltration, to surveillance of written correspondence, control over literature, and monitoring of whispers in the streets. Their methods weren't just advanced for their time, they were prophetic. Daily intelligence briefs? The Abbasids had them, compiled, analyzed, and archived in secured chambers for the eyes of the caliph alone. Networked agents across cities? They operated silently, collecting not just military data, but political sentiment, religious discourse, even the mood of the public. Encrypted messages? They existed, in code and in poetry. What we now call national security strategy was, for the Abbasids, a daily routine, centuries ahead of its time. That's why many historians now argue. Intelligence as a tool of state power, not just war, didn't begin with the CIA, MI6, or Mossad. It was born in the golden halls of Baghdad, forged in the crucible of political survival, and wielded by a caliphate that understood. To rule the world, you must first know it, better than anyone else. An unbroken legacy. This system may be buried in history, but its legacy lives on. In the hands of leaders, behind closed doors, and within every master plan never announced to the public. The Abbasid Caliphate may have fallen, but the shadow network they once built remains one of Islamic civilization's greatest secrets. History is not just a series of dates and bloodshed, it holds secrets in the shadows. And within every caliphate, there were invisible warriors who preserved its legacy behind the veil. The Abbasid intelligence network proves that Islamic civilization didn't just master science, art, and diplomacy, it excelled in strategy and early surveillance technology. They didn't just protect borders, they guarded identity, unity, and struck fear in silence, without raising a sword. This is the kind of legacy we must remember. Because history doesn't belong only to the victors, it belongs to those who dared to think ahead, even in silence, even in the shadows. Are we ready to revive that legacy? Not through weapons, but through intelligence, strategy, and vision, just like our forefathers? If you believe this story deserves to be told, share this video now. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, because we're just getting started uncovering the hidden legacies of Islamic civilization.